Hello and welcome again to Upper Esk. Now, even though the rebuild of the house is slightly delaying our journey to self-sufficiency, as you can see, some of the animals and plants that we have already, like this mature cherry tree, are telling us that spring is definitely on its way. Now, of course, as you can see behind me, today is a perfectly sunny day, though it is rather cold. But one thing that Paul and I have had to get used to here is the weather being slightly more erratic than we used to, even living in Highland Scotland. So, of course, this week we wanted to go shopping in Scottsdale, which is a place we haven't visited before, but that meant going up and over one of the hills near us. That was completely covered in fog and mist, so we had to change our plans slightly and go down to the coast again, although even that drive has its challenges. Now, our nearest neighbours, whose land you can see across the river behind me, run their property as a wildlife preserve. So, as well as the wildlife that we have on our land, they have slightly more exotic things like pygmy possums, Tasmanian devils, and large forester kangaroos. Obviously, we are wanting to develop our property for self-sufficiency with crops and livestock, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to try and manage it sensitively for native plants and animals. So I have signed up to take part in the Platy project.
I thought I should write you a platypus song. So I sat on the bank of an old billabong and decided to wait until one came along so that I could describe it to you. But you know, platypi are incredibly shy. And I waited an age for one to swim by. The stars were beginning to appear in the sky. I was just about ready to leave, when suddenly there was a plop in the water and a shape appeared.
Now, just after signing up, I did have my own encounter with a platypus, although you may be forgiven for doubting me on the strength of the video footage I managed to get. Yes, that tiny streak that you saw in the river was a platypus. Hopefully next time I will have a slightly more prolonged encounter.